Black and White Network fans, we are back with another video, and I'm going to be doing a bit of a different video here today. I'm definitely a history buff. I'm actually, I like learning a little bit more about World War II history and Nazi Germany. And I decided today to do something that I think not many people actually know. Everybody knows that the National Socialists, the NSDAP, or as we know it as the Nazis, they didn't like the Jews. But was it just that simple? No, it was not. And to people that don't really know this stuff, and I actually knew some of this stuff already because, like I said before, I'm into history and I was always wondering what made them tick. We actually have the Nuremberg laws, actually, which was pretty much, if you're not an Aryan, full-blooded German, you were really kind of a second-class citizen. Now, the Jews, of course, they were at the bottom and they had no citizenship whatsoever. But let's go ahead and dive into this, guys, because there's different classifications for these laws. Now, I really don't speak German, but luckily here they have the translations. The first highest category here is German-blooded. Your heritage is actually German, belongs to the German race and nation, approved to have Reich citizenship. Now, the second category, this is probably going to shock some people here, and I knew about this. German-blooded, and if you're 1/8 Jewish, guess what? Considered as belonging to the German race and nation, approved to have Reich citizenship. And you actually had to prove your heritage, folks. So even if they saw that you actually had some Jewish blood, they still approve you for citizenship. You weren't considered not a citizen. Now, here we go. This is shocking here, too. The next category is mixed race, second degree. If you are 1/4 Jewish, only partly belongs to the German race and nation, however, approved to Reich citizenship. So if you had Jewish heritage and 1/4 Jewish, you were a citizen. Now, it gets even deeper here. Mixed race first degree. If you are 3/8 or 1/2 Jewish, only partly belongs to the German race and nation, approved to have Reich citizenship. Interesting. Now, this is where you get to be, according to Nazi Germany, a Jew or Juden. If you are 3/4 Jewish, belongs to the Jewish race and community, not approved to have Reich citizenship. And of course, that's also a Jewish, where they're saying like you're full-blooded Jewish, belongs to the Jewish race and community, not approved to have Reich citizenship. So that's interesting right there. To pretty much be considered a Jew in Nazi Germany, you had to be like 3/4 Jewish, but there's stipulations here. Now, in the mixed race second degree, it says a Mischling, I guess that's the way you pronounce it, will be considered a Jew if they are a member of the Jewish religious community. So you can't actually be a practicing Jew. A Mischling will also be considered a Jew if they are married to a Jew. Their children will be considered Jews. A mixed race child that is born of a marriage with a Jew, where the marriage date is after 17 September 1935, will be classified as a Jew. Those born in marriages officiated on or before 17 September 1935 will still be classified as Mischlings. And a mixed race child originating from forbidden extramarital sexual intercourse with a Jew that is born outside of wedlock after 31 July 1936 will be classified as a Jew. So this may actually overall right here be kind of shocking that even if you just had partial Jewish blood, you were still a citizen. Now, I learned about this probably a few months or so ago, and that was actually pretty shocking right there. But overall, it really shouldn't be, to tell you the truth, because look, This is a section here on honorary aryans here. Now, there is a racial hierarchy in Nazi Germany. I was actually trying to find the full list. I couldn't find it, but I've seen it before. But it says here, Hitler declared that the Chinese and Japanese people are honorary aryans. Now, at the top, you had the Aryans themselves, and right below that, Chinese and Japanese people were in that second category. Guess who they were actually above? They were actually above Italians, because Hitler wasn't very fond of Italians, even though Italy was actually aligned with Germany during the war. But he felt that like they had too much quote unquote Negro blood in them. That is the words that he actually used. But this is what he said about the Chinese and the Japanese. This was in 1936. He says, quote, "I have never regarded the Chinese or the Japanese as being inferior to ourselves. They belong to ancient civilizations, and I admit freely that their past history is superior to our own." Now, that was kind of shocking right there. There was an extensive cooperation between China and Germany from 1926, but became unattainable when the Second Sino-Japanese War broke out and Japan insisted on a secession. Germany signed the Tripartite Pact along with Japan and Italy at the end of 1940. Now, I've heard about this next one here. I'm not going to go through all of these here at all. Amin al-Husseini. Now, this guy here was a Palestinian. He was aligned with the Nazis, and Hitler really did like him. He was a Palestinian, was granted the status of honorary Aryan by the Nazis, although people of the Far East and Arabia were considered half monkeys by Hitler. That's interesting right there. What else we got here? Let's go and look at one more here. Emile Maurice. This man right here. Hitler's first personal chauffeur and a very early member of the Nazi Party, was a member of the SS, the Schutzstaffel. Now, to be in the SS, you had to be a straight up Aryan. But it says here, but ran afoul of Himmler's rules, which required SS men to have deep Aryan ancestry, like I just mentioned. Since Maurice's great-grandfather was Jewish, Himmler considered him a security risk. And he tried to have him thrown out, but Hitler stood by his old friend, and in a secret letter, he required Himmler to allow Maurice and his brothers to remain in the SS. They were considered honorary Aryans. Bet you guys didn't probably know that. Now, this one here, I don't know how many people actually knew this or not, but Hitler's family doctor, when he was growing up in Austria, was a Jew. And Hitler's mother was dying of cancer. And this doctor right here in this picture right here, Hitler had a lot of great respect for this man because he had saved his mother. Now, when Hitler came to power, Jews were stripped of everything. Now, this man was he was a Jew. He was a Jew. He was a practicing Jew at that too, ethnically and religiously as well. When the Nazis came to power, they were just taking away Jewish homes. They couldn't sell it. They made Jews leave. But this guy right here, he reached out to Hitler, and he was actually put under the protection of the Gestapo. He was allowed to sell his home for a fair value. Hitler called him a noble Jew. And his name is, why am I forgetting his name off the top of my head here? Oh, Eduard Bloch. That's his name. And he actually immigrated to America. One more thing here. Ernst Röhm. He was in charge of the SA, which is really a bunch of bullies. The SA was created before the SS. And they were kind of like the old guard of the National Socialists. And they were really just bullies. And Hitler being in politics, kind of had to get rid of the SA. But Ernst Röhm was a close personal friend of Hitler, and Hitler was not a fan of homosexuals, not a fan of homosexuality. Ernst Röhm was a homosexual, very close friend of Hitler, and Hitler knew that he was gay, and he was the only man that could actually refer to Hitler as Adolf instead of my Führer. Let me see if this is a picture of him right here. That is Ernst Röhm right there. But he ended up getting killed. You can do a lot of research on that yourself. But that is just some of the facts there, guys, that I want to go over. I like learning about stuff like this. I do. This is not stuff that you normally hear about. They don't really teach you this in school. When I was in high school, they briefly mentioned World War II, but they didn't go into any details. But you gotta learn on your own. You really do. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.